back to Still on the Air. I'm your host, David Pierce Anderson, and as always, I'm joined by Jackson. It's a trap, Touchberry. Jackin, how you doing, buddy?
My name's a trap, and it gotcha.
Yeah, I never thought your name would be tough. You've had a stand-up set about how your name is very easy, and look at me, I'm finding a way to screw it up.
Well, someone had to.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I know we got a busy week coming up for us, but it's gonna be good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good day.
Weekend.
Good week.
What'd you do over the weekend? I'm trying to remember what you did.
I was with you for most of
I
it.
know. That's what I'm trying to remember. What
We went to a film premiere
That's
on
right.
Friday.
Small Fish.
Small
As you've
Fish.
seen, probably 46 times on the 30 episodes we've done. We've been premiering Small Fish, and that finally did the premiere for that.
Oh yeah, and it was worth the wait to me. I enjoyed it a lot.
I did too, and I want to make one plug real quick, just so I happen to have it on me. But Rob Karnacki did the music for that.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna read the business card he had up. The music was outstanding.
Really phenomenal.
Yeah. It's $5 on Bandcamp. You can get the full album, full soundtrack. I bought it actually over the weekend. I've been listening to it nonstop. But ROBCARNACCHI.bandcamp.com. Go get it, Rob Karnacki.
Yeah, you definitely don't need to watch the movie to enjoy the music. It's just good acoustic.
It's really good.
Yeah.
All right, Small Fish. We're probably done talking about that for a while.
Yeah.
That brings us to the point in our episode, the wonderful tradition of ours to support those who don't support us. That's right. It's time to present this episode's non-sponsor. Today's non-sponsor is the Duck Dodgers Funko Pop vinyl figure. Now you may notice the absolutely gorgeous detailing of the chrome paint and the stunning design of the fishbowl space helmet that help make this figure out of this world. Go get yours and add a little lunar lunacy to your collection today.
They need to hire Justin. Like, I'm sure he'd take that job in a heartbeat, but Funko needs to hire Justin.
He has written some of the most exquisite reviews of anything, whether it be a restaurant or what. His Funko reviews.
It's like an art reviewer,
Yeah.
but for Funko Pops.
Right. You should, Justin, you do a lot wrong, but that's one thing you do right. It's your Funko reviews. We love you, buddy. All right.
Yeah.
We got some news for you, Jackson. And I
get
know
news.
you love this part more than anything.
More than anything.
Yes. We here at Still on the Air like to educate our viewers and Jackson and shed the light on a little news. Our first story has a happiness deficit. Eastern Michigan announced they have a budget deficit of about $5.5 million. In order to make up some of the ground, the Board of Regents decided it was best to leave Strong Hall as is. Classes will resume there in the upcoming weeks. President James Smith sent out an email saying they overshot student credit hour projections by 8,000, which is also the number of yards Brogan Roback overshot his intended receivers last year. This deficit will end up affecting 60 positions at the university, but I'm willing to bet the financial advisor is not one of them. To make up some of their losses, the university has slashed funding to this television program. Hard to slash to zero.
I didn't think it could get lower, yeah.
They found a way. Well, what'd you think about that? I mean, we don't have to get too in-depth about it, but President Smith sent out an email, I think last Tuesday.
I was surprised to get an email like that. Like, I didn't think that they would share that information with us lowly students. You know, the ones who kind of pay for it all.
Right. The ones who aren't showing up, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, I had heard that registration has been down across the board for a couple years now.
Yeah. It was something like they're getting, I don't know, less people.
Right.
I think I was thinking that the funding they've been getting also from the state is down more, but that might also be across the other colleges.
It seemed kind of finger pointy, like, this is happening everywhere. That's kind of a diversion tactic.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't care about everyone. I care about us.
Right.
That E, that's what I care about. A big contributing factor to this deficit has been student body president Miles Payne's unhealthy golfing addiction. Our tuition dollars and a good chunk of the university's funding went to Payne's golfing habit since his inauguration. When the weather was nice, you could find Miles on the green multiple times a week, sometimes multiple times a day. When he wasn't on the green, he was playing putt-putt. On this particular Instagram post, we're shuffling through a few of them, President Payne says, definitely made the right decision to skip a night of parties and golf early this morning. First he skips parties. What's he gonna skip next? Student government meetings? I just find it ironic that after all of his social media rants about former student body president Tanasia Morton golfing, here he is breaking records for most days out in the office on the green. I had to dig deep for some of those pictures.
Really?
Yeah. He doesn't golf as much as I made it out to be.
No.
And it's also, speaking of golfing in the green, Sunday was beautiful out.
Yeah.
And now we're back to snow. It's quite amazing.
I woke up on Monday and it was snowy, and I was like, wait, that's not right.
No, especially because it was 50. I had the top down in my car on Sunday. I don't even drive a convertible. I cut the top off of my car, which made Monday horrible.
That might have been a little premature. It's still January, but I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I got excited. You can't blame a guy.
Can't blame you.
Well, the feminists have won. After hundreds of years of fighting for equality, Reba McEntire is portraying Colonel Sanders. Yes, a female Colonel Sanders. What's next? Equal pay? It's quite difficult to say that with a straight face, but as KFC has been doing lately, they've had a comedian, or just a celebrity in general, portray the Colonel. Because men are so fragile, some have been upset with the fact that she is KFC's latest choice for the Colonel. Honestly, though, she did a great job. I don't know if you watched it. If you are one of those boys that are upset because you can't relate to this fast food spokesperson anymore, check out McDonald's, you clown.
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Man, say what you will about KFC, but they're feminists. Every single.
From day one, if KFC, if I've known anything about that organization, they're for the women. I was shocked to see that was an issue online.
I shouldn't be shocked anymore.
No. I was a little apprehensive to see Norm Macdonald and John Goodman portraying the Colonel, but I don't know. I thought after I've accepted that it's just a new one every month, it's fine.
At the end of the day, it's marketing for chicken. Who cares?
Exactly. All right. The 16th annual Grammy Awards wrapped up on Sunday. There were losers, there were winners, there was music and awards. But most importantly, there was Lil Uzi Vert. I don't know if I said that right, but I think so. Vert came to this formal event dressed in trip pants and a hoodie. When asked where he got his outfit from, he said he traded a pack of cigarettes to a 16-year-old from 2001 standing outside of a Wetzel's Pretzels. Lil Uzi Vert was nominated for Best New Artist, but I don't even think he knew that. Judging by the picture, I think he just ended up there. It was a little bit awkward later in the night when Lil Uzi Vert ran into Sir Paul McCartney. Well, they were wearing the same outfit. Yeah, Paul trying to keep it real.
He's tan from the neck down.
Yeah. I tried to, it's awkward.
You did
there's
that?
not a lot of. I was trying to, yeah. Well, there goes the movie magic.
Who did that?
I
Sorry.
did that.
It was a good job.
Thank you. It's funny. That's all that matters.
It was funny.
Yeah. Now we have a special message from our producer and a second non-sponsorship. This is, of course, Justin saying this. Black Lightning is the best superhero show on the air right now and is much better than anything else. That's right. Gotham, The Flash, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's all fallen at the feet of the real king of television. And guess what? He's black. Lightning. Be sure to tune in Tuesday nights to the CW to check it out, says Justin.
Okay, that is high praise from Justin. I know that man likes his superheroes. I love Black Lightning as a character. Yeah. I haven't heard anything about the show, so that's going to get me to check it out.
Yeah. No, yeah, if Justin says it, and my stance on I love superheroes, but the movies, we've been over it. Right. Justin says it's good. That's pretty good.
And I mean, he's very accepting of more superheroes than I think most people, but still, Black Lightning is a fascinating character. I'm gonna watch it.
Check it out, everyone.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna have a guest you've seen before. He's got some new stuff to talk about. Don't go anywhere.
In this day and age of compromised accounts and data breaches, having a strong password is not enough to keep you and your personal information safe. Someone who steals your password could gain access to all your data with nothing to stop them. The Eagle Security Package offers Duo, a tool that provides an additional layer of security to your online accounts through two-factor authentication. This means Duo not only uses something you know, your password, but also something you have access to, such as your mobile device. Duo's two-factor authentication gives you the power to keep your data safe even if your password is lost. Once Duo is set up, you can access protected sites with your login credentials like you normally would. But it will now be preceded by a message sent to your mobile device prompting you to accept or deny the login. If it's you who logged in, hit the green button to accept it. But if it's not you, hit the red button to deny it. By doing so, this extra step will take a forefront stance at protecting your online accounts from being compromised or breached, and you'll know right away if an attempt was made. For more information about Duo, please visit tiny.emich.edu/Duo.
Welcome back to Still on the Air. Joining us is a seasoned veteran as a guest, Alejandro Hondo Rodriguez.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, man.
Great to be here. Yeah.
Man, you look better every time I see you.
I was just thinking of when I came here, how good you were gonna look.
Dude, you spoil me.
All right, well, I'll step out. You guys have some fun. No, Hondo, thanks for coming by. We've had you
problem.
on twice now, I think. We finished off last semester with you on, but we actually have something to talk about this time.
We do, yes.
You're
things.
starting up a podcast.
I am.
Yes.
That's right. Like every bad idea that you've ever heard your douchey friend say,
Right.
I will
Hey,
be
Mom.
starting a podcast.
Mom, I decided to drop out. I'm starting a podcast. But no, I think it's going to go well knowing you. Tell us a little bit about it.
So the name of the show is Nothing to See Here, spelled like H-E-A-R, okay, not here.
We might even have a graphic
Yeah, if
to
you
show out the
had
spelling.
one to toss up, that wouldn't be bad. But so no, there it is. Look how pretty that is.
That's a nice looking graphic.
Shout out to Dan Ignacio, friend of ETV, friend of mine. Great guy. He did the cover art. Just an absolute pleasure to work with. So that if you really like that, contact him if you want some good work done. But it's a variety podcast show. We're going to talk about a lot of things: sports, politics, entertainment, sports. No, I'm just kidding. And I'm going to have soon I'll be doing a Office rewatch called That's What We Said, and I'd like to have you two on and go through and just, really burn through the catalog again.
You'd only like us on because John Krasinski and Steve Carell didn't get back to you.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
That's all right.
They were worried
Well,
how I got their number.
So what made you want to do a podcast?
I love podcasting. I mean, I'm a big fan of the art form.
Have you done it before?
I have never been on one. I've made one for class, and I kind of just caught the bug. I've always loved hearing people's opinions, their takes, the eclectic dialogues that can happen thanks to podcast instead of like a short form thing like this. Yeah.
Do you have any? I mean, you have a wide variety that you're going for.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
What inspiration did that come from? Is it just kind of like getting your thoughts on a record?
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Yeah. Just having a medium to be able to, something more eloquent in social media to talk your opinions through. But also, I love like Bill Simmons' podcast through The Ringer, if you've ever heard of that. Joe Rogan's a popular one. There's a lot of really popular podcasts. Mark Maron, it's another good in-depth, long-form interview podcast where they really inspired me, I think, to have a dialogue with myself on a lot of issues. And I think dialogues are important. It's what's getting lost in today's
What do you mean?
media landscape. Just
Dialogue with yourself.
like think about things in a different manner, right? So like when somebody says something like a political issue, I think I've always known how I believed or how I thought about the situation, but then you hear somebody else talk about it and I don't know, it's something, you're a little bit more well-informed, and I think that's what podcasts kind of inspire, that back and forth that I think, nowadays it's like you tweet what you believe in, you follow who agrees with you, and that's it. And the more you can engage with common sense, not stupidity, but more common sense dialogue, people who have other views, it's just better for everyone.
So then how do you know where to go? Because what you mentioned, it's like confirmation bias, or it's just preaching to the choir with who you follow on social media.
Echo chamber.
Right. How do you reach out to diverse viewpoints through a podcast?
I think the key is to surround yourself with the people in life, right? So it's not just about booking the guests and then never talking to them again. It's years ago I started to do this, like to kind of cultivate a better friend group, and the more voices I was listening to, especially things like difference in race, difference in age. Just you could agree with somebody on a lot of things, but if they're 10 years older than you and Asian, they're just going to have a different lens they look through with life. So that is how you would gain, different viewpoints just based on things like, inclusion.
So you think is reaching out from your end
Absolutely.
to the
That's what it takes.
wide spectrum?
Yeah.
What is your goal here? I mean, is it in trying to entertain? Because what do you have to say that Mark Maron or Bill Simmons hasn't said?
Well, I'm going to change the world, Ma. No, I just think that they started out in, like Mark Maron literally started in his garage.
Right.
That's where he still is. And I think if he never made it big, he still would have been a better person for it.
Okay.
So I think it's a personal endeavor. If people listen, then fine.
Right.
That's what it's about. But if I just make it, you know, and then I have this thing that I made and I have years of good memories, I think that's all that's important.
Mm-hmm. You have any favorite podcasts right now? You mentioned a couple that you listen to.
The Rewatchables.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good podcast where they, Binge Mode. Binge Mode's a really good one, actually. If you guys could look up Binge Mode, it's through The Ringer.
Binge Mode.
Binge Mode, yes. They started with Game of Thrones, and they went through each season episode by episode, detailing the themes and metaphors, and it's freaking incredible. And then now they're just expanded to weekly Binge Mode podcasts. Like soon they'll be tackling Harry Potter. They break down Pixar movies. They just tackle a really good theme and deconstruct it. And it's smarter than I am, so I wouldn't try to do anything like that. But
right. What makes a good podcast?
funny people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
A good interviewer and guests who are willing to be open.
Yeah. And how are you going to set yours up? Because I know a lot of podcasts will have, you obviously have your host.
Yeah.
Reoccurring guests. I mean, are you going to have a set lineup, or do you want to filter in new people?
Yeah, so one of the ideas for a show I have within a show, shows within a show, okay, is Talk 30 to me, where I grab somebody that I've known for a while and just try to, pick their brains, see how they got here, why they believe what they believe. So that's a little more in-depth, not as funny, a little more serious. But then I have, shows where I just want to talk about, Oscar predictions with my dudes.
Segues.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna jump the gun just yet. But I know you're still in the beginning process of getting the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Where do you think we're going to be able to find Nothing to See Here?
3 places for sure: iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud. 3 places I for sure will have my podcast. Eventually, I want to get to Spotify and Podbean and Stitcher, but those 3 for sure.
And you have social media. Sorry about that. You have social media
Excellent.
social media all ready to go,
yes, on Twitter at SeeHerePod. At Twitter, SeeHerePod, and I have a Facebook page set up. And when the first episode goes live, we're good.
All right. We'll keep you posted on that on our end. When we come back, we're going to do a little bit of a preview on our Oscars picks and a little trailer for Nothing to See Here when we get back.
Are you an EMU student interested in getting a first-hand experience working at a radio station? Well, say no more. EMU offers a class through Eagle Radio that will thoroughly prepare you for a real-life experience. But first, you have to register for the class. Pick a date and a time slot. Then the world is yours. Eagle Radio allows you to be fully independent and customize your own show. Have real conversations about the news, celebrity gossip, update listeners about the weather, play a trivia game. It's your show. You're free to name your show whatever you want and play any edited music of your choice. If you love having heated debates and you feel your words need to be heard, then Eagle Radio is just for you.
True EMU.
We are true EMU.
Welcome back to Still on the Air. Like I said, we're going to have a little bit of a sneak peek at what you can expect from Nothing to See Here. And we're going to do a little bit of Oscar predictions. I'm going to throw it over to Hondo and let you run with it.
So the premise of today's topic and Oscar predictions is I love predicting the Oscars, and I love Oscar pools. Everyone gets their ballots, and you watch the show together.
Do Oscar squares.
Yes, exactly. No, I mean the premise, right? Yeah. Not exactly. But the most fun part of it is the good. Nobody likes guessing what animated short's gonna win. It's really hard.
Except
to
for the animators.
Yeah, except for the people that like that. But anyways, The main 5 awards that I want to touch on, the main 5 awards that I love are actress, actor, writer for original screenplay. There's 2 writing, directing, and best picture. I think that's the top 5. The Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
Plus one.
Plus one. Plus the dude who made it.
Right.
No. So I think we should start off with actress. Okay.
Okay.
So rifle through the nominees real quick. You got Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, Meryl Streep for The Post, Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, Sally Hawkins for Shape of Water, and Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards. Right? Do you have any opinions on these boys?
Well,
Any predictions, I guess?
my theory with this one is never bet against Meryl Streep.
That's a good rule.
I think that's a good rule.
It's a very and it's a safe way to play it.
Yeah.
So I saw The Post, and it's not a shock to say that she killed it. She was She was fantastic.
She was great.
That whole thing was great. But
Her 21st nomination.
that's unbelievable.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Wow.
Yeah.
As many years as you've been alive.
Exactly. She has that. So I'm going to go against you, though. I think Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird was incredible.
I've not seen these.
Well, those are picks anyway.
Yes. So
I agree with Hondo.
Right.
Just because I've heard good things.
And Hondo's opinion is very good. He has a podcast.
Yeah, about this.
Yeah, so going with Hondo's pick, that's a good one.
I don't want to toot my own horn either. I've seen every movie that those actresses were in this year.
You and your movie pass.
In my movie pass, man. Yeah. That should be a non-sponsor.
It should be, yeah. Well, we look ahead and we talk about actors, and there's one specific actor that I thought was snubbed, and it's James Franco for The Disaster Artist.
Right.
I saw that, and it was one of the funniest movies I've seen in the theater in a long time.
He also won the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy.
And that is strange that that wouldn't correlate over to the Oscars.
Yeah.
But the movie was fantastic, and he really, I thought, embodied Tommy Wiseau, The Room.
Right.
So I was surprised that he got left off that list.
Are you really?
No, but I am. And why do you ask that?
We can't dance around the fact that there are some very serious sexual allegations against him.
Yes. And I would say that that's 100% the reason
And
that happened. So I don't know the ins and outs of Oscar nominations, like how you create a nomination. So I don't know when the nomination votes were submitted, but it happened right before. It happened like a week and a half, the allegations, before the nominations came out. So.
I hear that. It's unfortunate that it came out.
Yes.
And obviously for anyone involved, unfortunate. It was still surprising.
Yes, not to bring the whole everything down. He's not nominated, so some see it as a snub. But I think we should get to our picks because I think is this one that did we disagree on? No. Okay, good.
I did.
Yes.
So part of this, I mentioned Meryl Streep. I have a tough time going against Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right.
But
or Denzel Washington for that matter.
For anyone on this list is Gary Oldman, though.
It'd be tough.
And I like how we got a picture of not Gary Oldman, basically.
Yeah, right.
Great job on the makeup department on that one. But
yes, they should win for that for sure.
And we talked a little bit before the show about why Daniel Day-Lewis might be selected, might not.
Yeah.
Guys want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, so Daniel Day-Lewis, I think, has 3 Best Acting statues, which is either tied for the most for actor or the most ever for an actor. And if he won 4, he would be tied with Audrey Hepburn for most ever. Yes, you've heard of him. So this is Daniel Day-Lewis's last movie. This is his swan song. But do you guys really want to, like, if you're voters, right, do you really want to be the person that takes away Audrey Hepburn's spotlight? I don't think so.
I think a lot of people aren't going to want to. It's a tricky situation, though. I chose Daniel Kaluuya.
Great performance, yeah.
Brought so much nuance and character to that role. And I'll talk about Get Out a little bit more later.
Right.
When we get to picture.
Yeah.
But like he did a lot
Yes.
this year for movies, and he was just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, he really was. And we got more on Get Out because that was very well recognized so far.
It was. So the 4 awards I think it absolutely most deserved to be nominated for is what it got: picture, director, screenplay, actor. I thought those were the most I think it's in that order. I think Daniel Kaluuya was great, And I think in this case, the nomination is the award for him.
So, might be a decent point. But we talk about another one who was nominated for was screenplay.
Yes.
A lot of good ones in that.
Oh,
pick. And I know you guys agreed on this one also.
Yes. I think this is the lock of the year. You could toss the key and
just
let's see.
Yeah, I am not even against that.
Right.
I finally saw The Big Sick last night,
How
and
good.
it was awesome.
So funny.
And
Yeah.
as a aspiring comedian, there were a lot of moments in it, and I was like, nice.
Yes.
I could totally relate to it, but that
100%.
also is a niche audience.
Yes. I think I actually think that's the dark. I think it's the one other movie that can win. The one movie that could win is Big Sick, because if Jordan Peele were to get a director or Best Picture win, I would think the voters would say, hey, I'm going to vote for him for picture and director. Let's give Kumail Nanjiani and his wife, based on their real life story, their award here.
Right.
And I think that's another interesting category in terms of funniest people to ever win an Oscar.
I think it would be well deserved
Yes,
either
agreed.
way for
Yes.
sure.
And I don't like that it breaks down to who, being fair. So
Yeah.
we'll give it to him, we'll give
Yep.
this one to him,
What-
we'll split it. Who deserves it?
And yes, I think who deserves it in that case is Jordan Peele. I think it was the best written movie of the year, without a doubt. So many subtleties, so many things that, that really brought everything home. So for director, another thing Peele was directed for, or awarded, nominated. There we go, for. I think this is the strongest category of all. I think, for sure, you two have solid picks with Jordan Peele, but I think Guillermo del Toro is the lock for this one.
Well, what did he do?
He worked with $20 million and made like $100 million movie. Whereas,
Which movie?
which is Shape of Water.
there we
Yes. I'm assuming you know. Sorry. So Jordan Peele took $5 million and made a $5 million movie. Like it looks, exactly. It's nothing. Oh, whereas you look at Shape of Water and it's an old school Hollywood classic, and you don't understand. It's a 50s period piece. It's got great acting, and the set design and the art direction, I think, is the reason. And it'll also be the 4th year in a row a Mexican will have won that award. Yep.
My vote for Jordan is, what he got out of that movie, what he got out of his actors,
unreal, yeah.
Unbelievable.
What he
Definitely.
got out of Get Out.
Ayo.
Hey.
Speaking of which, we'll move on to Best Picture.
The big one.
A lot of options here, and
Yep.
this is the one that no one agreed on.
Yes.
Jackson, I want to throw it over to you first. You had Get Out.
I keep Get Out on the board. I think Get Out was one of, if not the most important movies of the past 10 years.
For sure.
Easily.
Agreed.
I mean, Jordan Peele completely started a new genre with this, and one
Right.
that I think needs to exist right now. He coined the term social thriller. Some people call it horror. I think it is. Jordan Peele himself called it a documentary, and I think it is as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very important movie, and I think winning would be absolutely huge, and I think it deserves it entirely.
I wouldn't argue with it. I loved The Post. It's one of my favorite Spielberg movies. And going into media and everything, very excited. And honestly, I just think it's time that Steven Spielberg got the recognition he deserves in the movie industry.
Yeah. Little Stevie Spielberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks, too. Who's he? Up and comer.
So I think actually the same argument can be made is that importance. You got the importance of news and media for the Post, the importance of race relations and conversations that need to be had. But if you actually look at the history, unfortunately, of the Academy's Best Pictures, they rarely give either the best movie and the most important movie that award.
So while I ironically say that Spielberg needs the recognition,
Yeah.
do you think that's a good bet for this award?
I don't. I think Lady Bird and Shape of Water are the two, and Three Billboards, which we haven't mentioned much, are the front runners.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Three Billboards, really.
Yeah, it's got a lot of momentum, and I don't know why.
You sure about the sequel? 4 billboards. I wish we could keep going with this, and we will actually. A little bit later date on Nothing to See Here. That's Hondo's podcast. Hope you enjoyed it right now. We're going to say goodbye after the break.
I'll be right back. I told myself I'm just going to grab a quick drink. 2 minutes later, and everything was gone. My backpack, my laptop, my cell phone, my iPod. 2 minutes was all it took. I was lucky. The thief was eventually caught and I got it all back. But now that I had that happen to me, I realized that anything valuable has to be treated like cash. I'll never leave it out of my sight again. My name is Heather, and I'm trying to be safe.
That's the show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I would also like to thank Hondo for joining us. We looking forward to seeing nothing to see here. Looking forward to hearing it, at least in the upcoming weeks. Make sure you follow us on our new social media platform, Facebook, ETV@EMU. It's all the same, but make sure you follow us anyways. Watch all of our shows on Campus Cable, Channel 18, or anytime on YouTube. I'm David Pierce Anderson, Jackson Touchberry, Hondo Rodriguez. I'll see you next time. As always, it's been a pleasure.